Sunday school friends, it's Mrs. Russo. I want to tell you the story today. We've been hearing it for quite a few weeks now in the big church. It's the story of Job. This is Job. Job's story is found in the Old Testament, which, if you remember, is all the stories of the time before Jesus was born, the time where God and the Israelites were becoming friends and learning from each other. This story of Job is found in Job chapter 1, 2, and then we're going to skip way to number 42. It's a long way away. Job was very blessed. He had 7 sons and 3 daughters. He also had 7,000 sheep, 3,000 camels, 500 oxen, 500 female donkeys, and a very large household. That's a lot. Yeah? Oh. One day, Satan told God that the only reason Job was faithful was because he had so much and he had an easy life. So God told Satan he could do anything to Job except lay a hand on him. You can't do anything to him. Soon after that, a servant came to Job and told him that while the oxen were plowing and the donkeys were eating beside them, the Sabeans came, which was another tribe, and took them and killed all the servants except for him. While that servant was talking, another servant came and told Job that a fire came from heaven and burned up the sheep and all those servants, all except for the one that came to talk to Job. While that servant was talking, the Chaldeans took the camels and killed all the camel servants except for the one talking to Job. Again, while that servant was talking, another came and told Job that all his children were eating a meal, and a great wind came and killed everyone except for that servant talking. Job stood up and tore off his robe. He shaved his head. He fell to the ground and said, "The Lord gives, and the Lord he taketh away. Blessed be the name of the Lord." No, Job didn't get angry and shout at God for all his misery. Now, Satan told God that Job was faithful because those things, his servants, animals, and his children, that were taken away didn't really hurt him physically. So God said that Satan could do whatever he wanted except kill Job. The first thing Satan did was put painful boils, that's these sores, these owies all over his body, all over Job, from his feet to the top of his head. Job used a broken pot to scrape himself. They itched so badly. Then Job's wife started telling Job to curse God because of what's happening to him. Job told her that sometimes there's good in life and sometimes there's bad. And either way, Job was not going to curse God or sin. Then 3 of his friends came by to see Job. They couldn't even recognize him. That's how bad he looked, how hurt he looked. They ate with Job for 7 days and nights and didn't even talk. They did talk after that, and Job stayed faithful and didn't blame God at all. But Job did have some questions for God. Job and God talked in a whirlwind. God talked to Job out of a whirlwind. Job said, "I know you can do anything." Job prayed for his friends. Job prayed for everything he had lost. His health. Job prayed for his lost children. So I'm trying to find the good picture. Job's praying and pleading to God, please, God, spare me, bring me back what I have lost. And God gave Job back all that he had lost, and even doubled it. God blessed the last days of Job and gave him, let me get the picture, 14,000 sheep, 6,000 camels, 1,000 oxen, 1,000 female donkeys, 7 sons, 3 daughters. There were not any women more beautiful in the land than Job's daughters, and Job lived 140 years after that, praising God through the good times and through the bad times. Here's Job's altar, his sacrificial altar, and his friends are bowing to pray to God right along with Job as he praised God through the good times and through the bad times. Now that is quite a tricky story. There's so many things that we could figure out about this story, but right now let's just remember that God loves us and that we are thankful to God when we have blessings, and we have God's presence with us when we are walking through tough times like poor Job. And God is with us through all of those good times and bad times. God doesn't necessarily give us the bad times, but he's with us to walk through the bad times. Jesus had bad times too, and we can look to Jesus as example as how do we stay faithful to God when there are troubles in our lives. What did Jesus do? He prayed. He talked to God. He told God, you might not be able to take this away, but just be with me while I have to walk through it. Yeah? Jesus broke bread with his friends. He ate with his friends, and he talked with them, and he shared stories with them. He was close with his family. All of those things can help us through tough times. And God's presence is with us, giving us those amazing people in our lives. Jesus got to travel to different places and meet new people. And one of the biggest things Jesus did, even in his toughest times, is he served other people. Even when he was in his toughest time, he tried to take the burden away from the people who were hanging next to him. Lord, forgive them, for they know not what they do. He was still asking blessings to be on those people during even his hardest times. So let's remember that God is with us through the tough times and through the good times. And we have awesome strategies. We have awesome people in our lives. We have wonderful things that we can do to keep our spirits up even through the bad times, and to help point us back to God and keep us close to God even when it's rough. See you later, guys.